Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and today I'm going to be talking about the second part of the Young Beef Farmer Sustainability Program, or YBFSP as it is in the heading. And just before I talk about that, as you can see, I'm spreading slurry. We're trying to beat the ban, and I'm splash plating on a dairy farm, spreading over the lagoon. And as you can see, I can't see out the back window with the old mist off the splash plate. We're putting it out reasonably heavily, about 3,000 to 2,500 gallons per acre. However, aside from that, we'll start talking about what I came to, or started the video to talk about. Anyways, the second part, well, the next part of the program, we went to two farms, one in Kerry and one in Limerick. We went to Limerick first and then Kerry. We're part of the tegasc farm programs. You might have read about them in Dyer's Farmers Journal. There were two suckler farms producing under 16-month bull beef. They're also buying in Wainlands or stores, killing them under 16 months. Everything was going under 16 months except for the heifers. I think in both cases the heifers were sold, or some kept as replacements that are sold. I just can't quite remember, as it was last Saturday and my memory just isn't all that great. So, however, it was very interesting to see now, especially on paper. One farm, the farm in Kerry, went from in 2012, the year before the 2012, the year before they entered the program, was making a loss of €6,000 altogether throughout the herd, and that was including ANC payments and reps payments, but excluding the single farm payment. He was doing the right thing at the right time, and the single farm payment was all that was keeping him. And the other farm was, just about break even, and that was before fixed costs. But the first farm we went to, the farmer was it was part-time farming, you could say. He was a fireman, and it was very interesting to see now actual suckler cows are able to make money. But it's intensive farming. It's not like when we had suckler cows, the cows just rambled out, had a big run under them and they just rambled across the place. But these farms, they were run like dairy herds. Both farms, if you were to not go into the yard first and go out the fields, well, you'd swear you were on a dairy farm. So you would. And I'm on a dairy farm now, but it was all paddocks and roadways. All paddocks and roadways. Both farms were running a rotation system, whereas then they were rotating the cows would get. And the first farm, it was a 24-hour to 48-hour rotation, where they would be on a square for a day and a half, 2 days, just depending. And then they were moved on to the next square, and they'd be in one big batch. All the cows were in the one batch. Both farms are operating autumn calving, and both farms were producing. They weren't. The second farm, the farm in Kerry, before I went into the program, was producing Wainlands. I think actually both farms were producing Wainlands, but the second farm was producing the Belgian Blue Wainland, the one you go into the mart and end up getting big money, or the nice sort of Wainland that people would be after. But they've gone away from that, and they're producing cows that produce this under 16-month bull beef. And I must say, the bulls in the sheds were very good. Now they're serious lumps of cattle, and they're getting into what I consider huge weights, particularly when you look at our freezing bulls, when we'd be getting into maybe 2/3 or 3/4 the weight they were getting. Like they were getting into 400, and we're just about breaking 300 with the bulls. But no, it was very interesting to see, and sort of the main points in how they were doing it was just intensify, just push it to the last. Both farms before were running at around 1.5, I think one of them 1.9 livestock use. I may be wrong in some of this. We got paperwork and that, and I probably should have brought with me talking about, but I didn't think of it when I was coming spreading slurry, and if I leave it any longer I'll forget more about it. So however, but both farms were, so the national average I think is 1.1 livestock units to the hectare. Yeah, it was to the hectare. And They're now running at 2.9, I think one's 2.9 and there's 2.75 or 2.7 livestock units to the hectare, which is it's more than double the national average. Like we're seeding as much land as possible, as much reseeding as could have been done. Working at literally like a dairy farm. If they could put up a milking parlour and milk the cows, like it was run like a dairy farm. So it was just the rotation and that, and a lot to do with herd health and vaccinating everything that come onto the farm was vaccinated. Cows when they were born were vaccinated again before they go back in, keep losses. Now one of the farms was actually running on a 0% loss. The second farm in Kerry had 110 cows, had 110 calves. He did lose 2 cows, but he had 2 sets of twins, so that half size was like 0.5% loss or something, like which is extremely low. Like that farm was actually the best farm on the programme, turning €1,800 a hectare gross. That was before fixed costs, but after variable costs like feed and purchases and that's vets and contract and all that sort of thing. But yeah, both farms went from one making no money, one barely breaking even, to making a very, very nice living. Like if everyone was at that job, I don't think there'd be anyone in the country complaining about money. It'd just be the weather that'd all be wrong. But it was very interesting to see how they actually did it, and it's just down to pushing to the last, like pushing it to the last. That's really what they were doing. They had 5-year plans and stuff set up. That was the first thing they said they did, was a 5-year plan, and then they were even saying like the first 2-3 years were hard years because they were investing heavily. Like both of these farms were like the run of the mill farm, or suckler farm. Like the farm in Kerry, there was a lot of wet land, and like when I mean wet land, it's like a lot of like the land we have. This time of the year you couldn't travel it. Even these big boots on this girl now would get it hard to stay afloat. So it would. And he did have good land as well, which would be the saving grace of it. He had most of his cattle in, bar I think there was 20 cows and the respective calves outside. Both farms were running Charlie bulls. I forget to mention that on their cows, and there was a good few Frisian cross cows, Frisian cross cows on the farm for breeding and that. It was very interesting to see exactly how they made money, and I will be, if I can get the link, it'll probably come up as a downloadable PDF file of the Better Farms program. I think there's 48 pages in it. It'll be in the description below. If anyone wants to see any of the documentation I got, please into the comments, hit it there. I'll upload them and put them in the description, and I'll just tell you when I get them up. I'm not doing it just in case no one wants, because there could have been 10 sheets or more of stuff, basically just breaking down their income levels throughout the phases of the program and sort of a start and finish, show you where they came from and that. But it was very interesting, and I suppose one of the other things they were saying, that if any of us, the 15 of us that were there, if we were going to go down the route of bull beef, you must contact whoever you want to sell to see that do they want them, because bull beef is one of the stickiest markets. Like we're finding it now, we're being put half a week, but we're as we think we're being looked after anyways with the bulls. We're being put half a week for selling, but he still wants them. So it is something to take into consideration. If you are going to go down that route, you may talk to whoever you think you're going to sell to see do they want them first. There's no point producing something no one wants and being stuck with it. And also another thing, one of the people that was an advisor at the tegasc Better Farm program was there, and he told us that based on their profitability per hectare thing, the most profitable farm that they had was the under 16-month bull beef. After following that was the under 20-month bull beef. Following that was bullocks and heifers, and then following that was weanlings. And the weanlings were just a bit better than break even now, just a bit better, whereas like the bull beef was turning more than double what the weanlings were able to turn. But as I said, bull beef is the stickiest of all the markets. The stickiest now. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think of anything else to talk about. I can't remember. Did I say that both farms were buying in weanlings and finishing them under 16 months as well, bull weanlings, and they were buying Limousine Charlie, you know, the right sort of cattle. Very, very nice cattle. Very, very nice cattle. Oh, and actually, both of them were feeding, didn't have diet feeders, they were feeding just a bovine ration, bull finisher ration, and feeding with good silage and straw. And actually the second farm, the farm in Kerry, had an automatic feeding system for feeding the bulls meal, which was very interesting to see exactly how it worked, and it would be a good system in a shed. And I think that's it. I don't think of anything else to talk about in regards, so I probably am forgetting something, but however, if you have any comments or anything you'd like me to talk about or any of that sort of crack, please hit me down in the comments down below. The next day is the 21st of October. We're going to Newfort in Athenry to the I can't remember their name now. Don meets Angus herd. That's the next day. So when I get that done, I'll do another video if there's interest in it. Please, if you want to see more of these, please comment, likes. If I don't get them, I won't be doing it, because it's hard for me to remember and all that sort of crack. But sure, however, aside from that, that is it from me. Good luck.